What is up, everybody? I'm Johnny Blacklight. Welcome to the channel. Back after a super long break, man. Took a little bit of time off work, about a week, and then took about 3 weeks off of YouTube, and man, it was just time, man. It was time to get a little break in, time to catch a breather, time to kind of recalibrate things a little bit, and just catch a break, man. But we're back. No plan in particular coming back, just jumping right back into things, looking at some weird TikToks. You know how we do it. So let's get into it.
If you're traveling the most dangerous road in America, aka I-40, don't fall for this one simple trick or you might disappear forever, especially if you're a single woman traveling alone. This is exactly what they want you to fall for and how they will capture you. If you did not know it, Interstate 40 is home to up to 500 active serial killers. I'm going to show you what they're going to do to try to trick you. They're going to find your vehicle at a gas station or a rest stop, and they're going to pull the windshield wiper up like that right there. Sometimes they'll do both sides, but mostly they're just going to do that driver's side. And then they're going to hide somewhere like this right over here in those woods in the darkness. Now when you get back into your vehicle from wherever you were coming from, like a gas station or a rest stop, a lot of people actually will not notice that windshield wiper. And you're going to sit down right here in your driver's seat, and before you take off, you're going to notice that windshield wiper's there. Now, they are already watching you. They know you're alone. Okay, that's why they chose your windshield wiper when you pulled into the parking lot. What this is doing is it's getting you seated in your vehicle with your keys in here, because they want to take your vehicle, not theirs. A lot of times, these people actually work in pairs, okay? So they've got another vehicle that's going to follow this vehicle once they take it. Now, once you notice this windshield wiper's up, you've got your keys on you. A lot of times you might have already started this car. What people mostly do will open this door, and they're going to lean forward and try to push this thing down without even getting out of the car. Now, what you've done is you've started your car, you have the door open, and you're halfway in your car. They're going to rush over, push you in, and then they're going to take off.
That's crazy, man. Be careful out here, dude.
And no one, and I mean no one, will ever hear from you ever again.
God, that's so
They're
scary.
mostly going to try to set up in places around like Arkansas and Oklahoma where there's big stretches of nothingness and big stretches of no cell phone service. There's also a huge stretch between Memphis and Nashville that is a prime hunting ground because it's about an hour and a half between each major city, and it is just pure darkness. There's no street lights out there. There's almost no cell reception. It is the perfect hunting ground for a serial killer. I am not one of the serial killers. I am not trying to tell you how to watch out for my competition so I can get you all to myself.
I bet that's in his comments a lot.
These videos, I'm trying to raise awareness. Don't fall for these tricks. Follow this page for more tricks to watch out for.
Scary stuff, man. You got to be careful out here, dude. So much wild stuff like that going on. I watch a lot of Dan Bell. He does a lot of like urban exploration stuff on YouTube. He likes to drive down like creepy alleyways a lot. And sometimes he'll see like stuff like debris almost intentionally set up in the way going through an alleyway. And he's like, nope, backing up, not getting out the car to move this stuff. Because it could be kind of some kind of setup like this to kind of get you out of your car, distract you, and boom, they got you. So be careful out there, man. Super crazy, man. Always be aware of your surroundings. Odd little things like this and that. Get out of there.
Did you know at night your windows become mirrors to you and you only? So anything outside your window can see you, but you can't see it unless you specifically move. And most of the time, if something is watching you, you couldn't tell for a long time because your curtains or your blinds are blocking your view. Did you know that? Also, because humans don't have night vision, your brain will fill the darkness in with predictions, not actual visuals. And your brain can detect light in eyes more specifically in the dark faster than your eyes actually can. This is because of your predator senses. So if you see something move in the dark, it's because your brain is envisioning it literally as eyes or something coming after you. So that thing that you're seeing in the corner of your eye, if it's blinking or if it's shining, your brain recognizes it as a predator and that you are actively being hunted. Human auditory processing gets worse around 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. So when you hear something in the dark and you can't tell what it is, that's because your brain is filling in the blanks as to what it could be. Fight or flight. Danger first, logic second. However, if you are tired enough, your brain could mistake actual danger sounds with a logical sound, like footsteps can be house settling noises to your brain. Also, the silence that you hear at night isn't actually silence. It's because your brain has been getting used to the daytime ambient noises like cars, traffic, whatever. But now that stuff is gone, it's starting to hear like electrical hums or house settling noises, etc. Don't forget the footstep fact though. Also, your phone sort of ruins your night vision instantly, or any chance or hope that you had of having any. Your eyes can't adjust from light, something so close, especially blue light, to darkness that quickly. So you're sort of fucked. Hope this helps.
Yeah, I've totally noticed that, and I've totally been creeped out by the fact that you can't see out of your windows at night, and you just kind of get a reflection. I don't like being near windows at night because of that reason. It's just super creepy. And yeah, man, that makes total sense. Like later in the night, you're going to be interpreting things differently because of sleep and tiredness and whatnot, man. That makes total sense because I get super creeped out in here making videos in the middle of the night, watching weird stuff. Usually a little bit less when it's during the day, though. So yeah, man, something to it.
Hey guys, it's me and Pops right now. It's starting to happen again. I wanted to catch it. My old man's at work. Nothing. Nobody is in here. Like, what? Alright guys, I'm gonna show you. Let me see if I can get my damn. And there's no way out of my house. This is the only door. This door and my back door, which is back there. Fuck, I don't know how to get a flat, or, hold on. Guys, I'm just have to come in here and turn the light on. Okay. So I just want to find the damn light. Hold on, guys. Prove no one is in here. Like, what the is going on? No one's in here, right? Shower. Open the shower and show you. Bathroom. No one's... Oh, shit. The door just slammed shut again. What was it, Tootsie? What is it, Toot Toot?
The animals always know.
Something slammed the door on you, buddy. Come here. Where you going? Okay. Anyway, this is a closet. Oh, I can't even open the door on this. I'll leave it open. Hold on. This is my closet. Please excuse me. Vern, are you fucking with that door? Oh my god. What the dude?
If that door slammed shut. Okay.
Nothing. Like, oh, let me go back here to this closet and show you. Ain't nobody in here. That's a bunch of bags. Like, there's nothing in here. Let me open this. What the fuck? No one here, guys. Just me and Pops. What the f? And the dogs, obviously. Hey, Daisy. What's going on, crazy?
Weird, man. Looks like some kind of poltergeisty activity, dude. Some kind of trickster messing with these people. Very unsettling, man. I don't know. If it's real, I'd be getting out of there, dude. Get in a hotel room for the night. I'm out. Jeez, man. Well, if that's true, that's incredibly unsettling. Oh, man. I've been coming across a good amount of these, like, creepy photo things lately, and maybe that's why my algorithm is showing me this stuff right now, but, oh, man, it's so unsettling, so scary. Maybe we'll find some in a minute, and we'll check some out. What?
Burn it.
For
Burn it
real,
all
dude.
down. Burn the whole thing down to the ground, and then burn the ashes right
Yeah, the
after
chill bumps,
that.
baby.
What
Woo.
the fuck is Smeagol doing in your house?
For real, dude.
Is he paying rent? Is he serving up fish? This is the kind of shit that legitimately terrifies me, though, because it's something that could actually fucking happen. It reminds me of that one story of that person who noticed that food was missing from their house, and so they set up a camera only to discover that somebody was living in their cupboard
Dude,
and coming out at night to eat and then crawl right back into the cupboard. Like, legitimately fucking terrifying. What would you do in that situation? Maybe hear just like a slight little noise that wakes you up from a deep sleep. You open your eyes and it's all just a little bit blurry. And then at your doorway, you see that. I'll tell you what will happen in Texas.
Dude.
We will
Yeah.
find a way to fry him. Okay? We will serve
Probably get
him up
shot
at a steak
beforehand.
fair with a fried Oreo and a turkey
Don't
leg.
mess around down here.
But what would you do? Leave it in the comments. I would love to know. And until next time.
Yeah, man, that's such a wild phenomenon, man. Just like people living in your house and you don't even know it. That's so scary, man. Just sneaking out in the middle of the night and getting your food and stuff, man. I've seen videos like that of people just like kind of jumping back behind the closet or behind a couch or something like that. Whenever the homeowner like comes to the kitchen in the middle of the night to get some water or something, they're just like out of the way. Creepy, man. Oh, man, I could not imagine. I'm glad I live in a tiny home, and that would be very, very hard for that to be possible here. Ugh, creepy.
The most terrifying hiking trail in the United States is located in Tennessee, in the Appalachia, a place called the Norton Creek Trail. Now, the Norton Creek Trail is about an hour from Knoxville, Tennessee, and probably about 20 minutes from Gatlinburg. Now, this trail goes through the Smoky Mountain National Park, and this area has the highest concentration of old pioneer cemeteries and abandoned homesteads that you can actually visit. This area is known for ghostly apparitions, orbs, people disappearing. There is a famous story about a pioneer settler who went looking for his missing daughter on this trail and actually was found unalived. Now, the creepiest legend, though, in this area is that of Spearfinger. Now, Spearfinger is this old Cherokee legend that there is this witch who they described as being sometimes 40 feet tall, having skin like rocks, and this long, sharp finger that is shaped like a spear. And the creepy thing about Spearfinger is that she could shapeshift. She could be anyone, your auntie, your cousin, your best friend, and she could be walking right behind you. You turn around and she sticks her long spear finger into your back, rips out your liver, and eats it. Now, the story comes from this same general area. There was this woman who said when she was a young girl, her and her brothers and sisters, they lived in this small shack in the Appalachian Mountains. And she said, they were very poor. So this house was, not that big. They all shared a bedroom. And they said their father had to leave them alone for a couple days. So their auntie came to stay with them. So they said, one night they're hanging out with our auntie and they're joking, they're having a good time. When all of a sudden, they said the air just got stale and they could feel almost like a cold breeze blowing into the house. And they said the dogs started to freak out and bark and go crazy like someone was outside. So the auntie got really, really nervous and really scared. She takes the kids and they all go up into this attic where the father had made kind of like a safe area for them to hide if anything were to ever happen. So they're all sitting up in the attic and there's, this tiny little hole that they could see down into, the downstairs. And they said all of a sudden the door opened up and they said in walked this little old lady. And they said she just kind of, was touching everything around their house.
Weird.
And she said all of a sudden, this old woman started saying, "Come out, children, come out. I got something for you. Come down here. I want to tell you a story."
Nope.
And she started, acting like she was this concerning old woman who wanted to give the kids, stories and candy. And so the kids started to say to the auntie, like, "Can we go down there? Can we see her? Can we see her?" And she's, quiet, just be quiet. And the more they resisted, the more this woman was like, "Come down here, kids, come down here. I got something for you. Like, I have some toys." And, they're like, "Oh my goodness, we don't have no toys. Like, we should go down there. We should go down there." And the auntie's like, no, fighting with them, saying like, "You have to stay up here in the attic." And so they said all of a sudden, the woman kind of disappeared out of sight. And as they're looking down this little hole, they said the next thing they knew, a finger popped up through the hole and started, moving around. And she said the auntie and the kids are all scared because they're seeing like this finger just coming up through the hole. And they said the finger started to grow and grow, and it became almost like this long, sharp spear. and they said it started to move around the attic, you know, and they had to like avoid it because it was almost hitting them. And the auntie just started saying these prayers like over and over again. And they said all of a sudden it was like, boom, like they had woken up from a dream. This old woman was gone. The air seemed normal. And so the auntie brings them down from the attic. And she said the next day when her auntie went outside, all of their animals that they had out there were like mutilated, torn apart.
Oh, wow.
And she said to this day, she is afraid to go out in the woods in this area.
Of course. That's a wild one, man. I've never heard of this spear finger entity. Super crazy, though, man. If that story's real, that sounds like a freaking horror movie scene, dude. That's wild. Like those scenes where they're poking through the walls and stuff, and you gotta, like, try to avoid them. Oh, man. I couldn't imagine. I'd be out of there, dude. That's wild, though, man. The power of prayer, dude, got rid of that stuff. Got the power of Christ on their side, dude. That's what's up.
A man ordered a mystery box online. Inside were random items, nothing unusual except for one thing. A small porcelain doll. At first it felt harmless, just an old
Creepy.
collectible. But that feeling didn't last long. Late one night he noticed something strange take a look.
Dude, I swear this box just fucking moved on its own. Should we do that again?
Oh. Creepy.
Oh,
The box came and shifted slightly, on its own. No hands, no movement around it. Moments later, the doll's
Creepy,
arm
dude.
changes position.
Annabelle
Subtle,
stuff.
but impossible to ignore. Feeling uneasy, he locked it inside his closet. But that didn't stop it.
Burn it. Bro.
The next time he opened the door, the doll was facing a completely different direction, as if it had been watching the room. That's when things escalated. A guitar in the corner suddenly played a note by itself.
is it again?
That's a lot, man. That's a lot going on at once.
Then, 3 loud knocks echoed through the walls. Now terrified, he started asking questions out loud, and the activity seemed to respond.
This is the first time something's happened outside my room. So,
Unsure if something unseen was
That's a creepy one, man. Even if it is set up, that's still really ingenuitive and really well put together and really creepy. If it's real, that's super scary. Get rid of that doll, man. Oh, man. Reminds me of that Annabelle story with the actual Annabelle doll and that guy who was like touring it around, I don't know, last year, maybe the year before. And then he suddenly passed away. Man, something going on with these old dolls, man. They just look creepy. I mean, in general, they just look creepy. It's like the realism of them or whatever is just uncanny and weird. And then the fact that they could possibly hold some sort of entity or spirit, man, it's just very unsettling. Oh.
The homeowner is forced to stop when he sees something on the road
Oh.
up ahead. He turns off his motorcycle engine and climbs off.
Weird.
But by the time he does, whatever it was has vanished. He looks around, searching for an explanation, but then it
Boom,
reappears.
pops back
The
up.
homeowner panics and runs off, leaving his motorcycle
Whoa.
abandoned in the middle of the road.
Crazy looking.
The figure disappears again, almost immediately. It's hard to see exactly what it is,
Yeah,
but
it's
the
weird
homeowner is
shaped.
convinced it's a ghost. According to him, for months, he's always assumed it was just animals in the jungle, but now he's not so sure. Maybe his property is haunted by a ghost. Maybe something
Maybe.
has been out there all along, and he never realized.
Oh, okay. Kind of see the humanoid shape of it there, that last shot.
Sometimes we catch glimpses of things in the corners of our eyes. By the time we turn to look, there's nothing there.
A lot. It's weird.
We actually brush it off, telling ourselves we imagined it. But when it's caught on camera, we can't deny that something was really there, especially when other people see it too. A group of friends from the US found this out when they were live streaming together. They all saw something they couldn't explain, something that made them wonder if what they'd witnessed was paranormal.
Yeah, man, that's an odd phenomenon, dude. I definitely have that happen quite often, sometimes in here. I do have a mirror set up kind of next to me over here, and I blame it on that a lot. It's like me moving around while making videos, and I'm like, whoa, wait, was that somebody? But yeah, man, it creeps me out. But it brings me back to kind of like that video we were talking about at the beginning, where maybe in the middle of the night, your brain's kind of playing tricks on you and stuff like that. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's something, I don't know. But I don't like it, I'll tell you that.
Let's read another true and scary story. This one is called Mrs. Longneck. This is a story I've kept between myself and the others involved. Everyone I've ever told has made me feel like I'm crazy, but I'll never forget what truly happened that night. Back when I was 9, I used to live at my grandma's house. It's a very spacious house, but it's also very old, built sometime in the 1940s. At night, it always gave me an eerie vibe, but I just thought it was my mind playing tricks on me. Until the day I finally proved myself wrong. So my cousin, my uncle, and I were having our Saturday movie night. That night, we decided to watch Coraline. It's been my favorite since I was a child. My cousin and I were talking about the movie while my uncle went to the kitchen to get us ice cream. Out of nowhere, everything went dead silent. The TV turned off along with the lights.
Whoa.
Keep in mind, they had just gotten the electricity rewired, so it was brand new. The TV wasn't old either, so we were completely confused. There was nothing that could have caused this, so we were frightened, to say the least. My cousin looked at me and said, "Did you hear that?" My eyes immediately widened, and I felt a cold shiver run down my spine. I heard clicking, like the sound someone makes when they crack their knuckles. As I was listening to the noise, I heard my uncle scream from the kitchen, "What the F?" It startled us because of how loud it was, and my uncle doesn't get scared easily. That scream sounded like pure terror. I ran into the kitchen, my cousin following behind me. I saw my uncle on the floor, panicking. I asked him what was wrong, and he said, "There's someone in the house." I immediately freaked out and began sobbing. He rushed us downstairs since we figured this person was upstairs and we needed to turn the power back on. Little did he know this mistake would traumatize us forever. He went to the opposite side of the basement trying to find a light source. Then that's when it started, the clicking. It gives me an icky feeling just thinking about it. My cousin and I looked at each other and squeezed each other's hands. There was no sign of my uncle yet, so we didn't know what was making the sound. Mind you, we had no animals and obviously nothing was on. That's when the mumbling started. It sounded like disembodied chanting. I began crying out of fear and stress. My uncle came running towards us, yelling, "Get upstairs now, go, go, go." He ran up first, then my cousin, then me. I was wearing long flared sweatpants and slightly tripped on them, which made me fall behind a bit. That's when I heard it. It sounded like someone on all fours climbing up the stairs.
Oh, man.
I turned my neck, and that's when I saw her. Mrs. Longneck. She was freakishly pale, almost blue. She had long, greasy black hair and her nails were yellow and dirty. Her skin looked like it was decomposing. But most importantly, her neck was what stuck with me the most. It was at least 1.5 feet long. I stumbled up the stairs, and that's when I felt it, an agonizing sharp pain in my ankle. I looked back and saw her nail digging into my skin. I was frozen and didn't know what to do. Luckily, my uncle snatched me up the stairs and slammed the basement door shut. We ended up calling the cops and having them search the house. No one, no tracks, no signs of forced entry, just my blood splattered on the staircase. To this day, I refuse to go into that house.
I don't blame you.
I still have sleep paralysis dreams of her. I live in fear, wondering if she'll ever come back. It's almost like this
Wild.
thing lured you guys into the basement because it knew that if it turned off the lights on the TV, y'all would come down into the basement and check the electricity, which is horrifying. And I'm really glad that you did not go back into that house after that experience.
For real,
and I
dude.
don't blame you for still having sleep paralysis dreams about Mrs. Longneck. Thank you so much for sending this one in. I'm so sorry that you feel like she still haunts you and is still in your sleep
that's horrible.
paralysis dreams. I'm hoping that one day she will finally leave you alone. And if you guys have any stories you'd like me to read, please email them to me.
That's a creepy one, man. It's like a bad A24 movie, man. I couldn't imagine. I'd be burning that house down. I'd be moving. I'd be praying. I'd be going to church. I'd be not messing with that stuff, dude. That's crazy. But yeah, man, I hope that person can get some relief and this creature can leave their dreams alone or whatever and quit messing with them, because that's horrible. I could not imagine. Ugh.
Most all of the Native American tribes have some sort of similar legend of the little people. In the tribes like the Crow, they see these things as being mischievous tricksters that are sometimes helpful. But in other tribes like the Cherokee, they see these things as being malevolent. They are known to take young people and lure people out into the woods. They are sometimes cannibalistic and very aggressive. The little people are often described as being from 2 to 3 feet tall, having these sharp, jagged teeth and nails, having these pot bellies and these short arms and legs. But despite their height, they are considered to be very strong. They could carry away a whole elk by themselves.
Wow.
Now, there was a story that came out of the Pryor Mountains. There was this woman who lived on the Crow Reservation. And she said that when she had her daughter that was 3 years old, they lived next to this forested area. And she said one day, her and her daughter, they were playing in the backyard. A friend comes over and she starts having a conversation with her. When she looks over, she sees her daughter right next to the trees, and she's talking to someone. So she walks over to her and says, honey, who are you talking to? She said, Mommy, these small people, they want me to come play with them. They want me to go and see their home. But I told them my mommy wouldn't be okay with that. So she grabs her daughter and says, come with me. Like, don't talk to them.
Yeah,
don't
dude,
follow
get out of
them, leave them alone. So that night, she puts her daughter to bed. And after a couple hours, she starts to hear these sounds coming from her daughter's bedroom. And this girl is saying, my mommy said I can't come with you. No, leave me alone. Like, stop. And so the mother comes running in the daughter's room, and she finds these little people on her bed trying to drag her off and out the window. So the mother takes off this ring and she gives it to these little people. She throws it on the ground. They grab it and they take it and they run out the window. But still, from time to time, she said when she would go in her backyard, she could hear the voices of these little people calling to her to come into the woods.
The creepy story, man. All these different entities with these Native American tribes and all this lore and stuff is just so spooky, man, and so interesting to me. Let me know in the comments if you know about any kind of special lore that really interests you when it comes to these kind of entities and stuff. Let me know.
I have some more creepy pictures to show you, and these I found on Reddit. This picture was taken at my grandma's house one day. There was nobody else there that day except for my grandma, my aunt, and my little cousin. This was taken on Whidbey Island, Washington. I guess the area was once a major burial place for local native tribes. In the picture, we can see an unknown woman in the background.
Yeah, it's creepy, man. So unsettling.
My friend has recently shown me this picture from 2016 of him and his brother at the front of Blackpool Beach at 7 a.m. The photo was taken by their mother, and when they looked back at the photo, they saw the figure in between their legs, looked around, and nobody was there.
That's a weird one, too. Creepy stuff, man. Yeah, we'll definitely be getting more into these creepy entities and pictures and stuff. Definitely a weird phenomenon. Definitely an interesting one for me. But yeah, stay tuned for more of that. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video, man. I just wanted to jump back in and get back into the swing of things after that long break. Feels good to be back though, man. Super stoked to be making content again. Subscribe for more. I hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time.